Lightspeed founder Dax Dasilva is a philosopher CEO.
Leadership, culture, spirituality, and nature. Leveraging all the diversity in each one of those four pillars is sort of a recipe for change making.
How do you change the world for the better while building your business? How does diversity drive your company to global success? I'm Michael Hainsworth, learning the secrets to success in the innovation economy.
When you as a leader believe in something and you show passion for something, that's contagious.
The man behind the Montreal-based point-of-sale success story believes there are 5 types of leaders.
An affiliative leader is good at building relationships and harmonizing relationships, has great EQ. A democratic leader is a leader that is able to build consensus, move the organization in a particular direction by getting everybody's buy-in. A pace-setting leader makes sure that everybody is producing and is able to achieve the results that we're looking for. A coaching leader is the kind of person that uses techniques of mentoring and invests in people so that they can really elevate that person. A visionary leader brings everybody into believing that they have a part to play in making that vision a reality.
As for Dasilva's leadership style?
I think I'm a combination of some of these types.
Dasilva's leadership style is also the result of the experiences of his youth.
So I came out early at the age of 14, and I think it's had a good influence on understanding all of the different places that people can come from. Diversity has always been such a core part of our ethos at Lightspeed. The original team was all from the LGBTQ community, and as we brought more people into the fold, as we expanded our team, we made sure that every single person had a fair shot of doing the best work of their lives, and it's definitely a part of our DNA.
As Lightspeed grew from a point-of-sale system to include customer relationship management, merchant services, and e-commerce, the Montreal-based startup outgrew its corporate office. So Dasilva turned it into a cultural center called Never Apart.
And the idea behind the cultural center was, let's use art and music to bring together different kinds of people exhibiting in the same space, celebrating creativity in the same space, and bridge division. And then when we break down some of those barriers, let's never be apart. Spirituality is as simple as knowing about the greater unity of everything, and also, the greater purpose of everything. Conservation, sustainability, these things have to be built into the way that we live and the way that we work. We bootstrapped at Lightspeed for the first 7 years. When you bootstrap, you have more time to really know what you stand for, to really build a set of values and build a way of operating that is uniquely your own.
But once you've pulled your company up by its bootstraps, when does a leader turn to external investment?
External investment becomes necessary when you found that product market fit, when you've proved your revenue model, and you want to really build the network that's going to help this project go to the next level. CIBC Innovation Banking has brought to the table this belief that we can build a lot of value, not just through all of our organic efforts, but also through a very effective M&A strategy. We have the tools now to kind of execute on that and build a bigger, more international company.
As CIBC Innovation Banking helps Lightspeed grow at the speed of light, Dasilva remains philosophical.
14 years of hyper-growth at Lightspeed, you kind of end up having to be a philosopher in order to go through all the ups and downs, all the different parts of the journey. I learned the lesson of being the source of energy or modeling the energy you want to create an organization by looking at great leaders and seeing how they behave. Whether you're in a crisis or whether you're in good times, people look to you and take their cues from how you behave. I think what I enjoy the most about the company is just seeing what this team's been able to accomplish as a Canadian company establishing something that's truly global.